Hello children, myself M. Maharar. I am Principal AA College, Barabanki. Today I shall teach you English of class 10. I am going to take up grammar. My topic is interrogative sentences. Dear children, whenever we speak or write, we make use of words, Words function in groups. A group of words, when they give you a complete sense, is called a sentence. Sentences may be broadly classified into four categories: declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. Today we shall talk about interrogative sentences. So interrogative sentences, dear children, are the sentences which ask questions and which carry the mark of interrogation at the end of sentence. Just to give you a few examples: do you read a book? What should we do? Could you tell me how much this costs? Why is your friend so upset? Who has organized the trip? How far did he walk? Interrogative sentences may be broadly classified into four types. Number one, yes or no interrogative sentences. Number two, alternative interrogative sentences. Number three, WH interrogative sentences. And then we have got question tags. First, we shall talk about yes or no interrogative sentences. Yes or no type of interrogative sentences are the sentences that can be answered with a yes or no response. For example, I will give you just two sentences. Are you ready to go? You can answer it in yes or no. Did she play cricket yesterday? Once again, you can answer it in yes or no. Then the second category is that of alternative interrogative sentences. Alternative interrogative sentences are those questions that provide for two or more alternative answers. Examples are: would you prefer chocolate or vanilla ice cream? You can answer it, I prefer chocolate ice cream, or you can answer it even, I prefer vanilla ice cream. Either of the two, Do you want coffee, tea, or lemonade? Your response may be any of these three, Then you have WH interrogative sentences. WH type of interrogative sentences are the sentences which begin with WH type of question word and call for an open-ended answer. They begin with what, who, whom, which, whose, when, where, how, and why. Their answer can be a simple response or a complex explanation. Examples are: what is he eating? So you have to specify the things that I am eating such and such thing. Who did Mohan choose as his partner? Here again your answer is going to be a specific one. Whom did you invite? Who did you invite? In a spoken English, whom is avoided, who is preferred. Whose is this newspaper? This is mine, this is yours. Which is your car? This is my car, this is your car, this is their cars. Any of the answers, Whose stupid idea was this? Which coat suits me best, Where does your father work? Why has she come late? When did the accident happen? Once again, here your answer is going to be a specific one. It can be simple, it may be complex. Now, we are moving on to the now question tags. A question tag or a tag question is a grammatical structure in which a declarative or an imperative statement is turned into a question by the addition of an interrogative fragment. Usually, if the main clause is positive, the question tag is negative. If the main clause is negative, the question tag is positive. Examples are, it is extremely cold, isn't it? You haven't seen this film, have you? Question tags, dear children, are more common in speaking than writing. We often use question tags when we expect listener to agree with our statement if we are sure that the listener will confirm that our statement is correct. We say the question tag with the following intonation. If we are a bit less sure, we say the question tag with a rising intonation. Examples are, I don't need to finish this today, do I? Here I am sure, This is why. This is the following intonation. It was raining, wasn't it? Here I have raised the pitch now because I'm a bit less sure, Peter loves his cat, doesn't he? A question tag refers back to the subject and auxiliary of the main clause. The usual patterns are these: positive statement plus negative tag, negative statement plus positive tag. Examples are, Paul was joking, wasn't he? I'm late, aren't I? You did not come home early, did you? Vicky does not live here anymore, does he? I can speak it with a rising intonation when I'm a bit less sure. Suppose I say that Paul was joking, wasn't he? Then I'm suspicious about it, dear children. Dear children, you should always remember that in all the interrogative sentences, a reversal of position in the normal word order, especially the placement of first helping verb before its subjects, takes place. Now, the condition of being turned inward or inside is called inversion in grammatical terms. Examples are, do you know him? Here, the helping verb do has been placed before the subject. Now, inversion is taking place. When does he go to school? Once again, inversion has taken place. Does has been used before the subject he. And if it happens to be a WH type of word, then that WH type of word precedes the first helping verb. Therefore, the inverser depends upon the tenses. As per the rule of the tense, the inversion takes place. So now we shall talk about inversion in all the interrogative sentences of different tenses. Dear children, as you know that there are 12 tenses in active voice and 8 tenses in passive voice. Let us discuss each of them in a bit detail. First, we shall talk about simple present or present indefinite tense, and the interrogative pattern is do oblique does plus subject plus not. It has been written in bracket because if the not has been used in interrogative sentence, then of course it follows subject plus verb 1 plus object plus question mark. Now children, you have got to remember that if the question is WH type of word, that is what, who, etc., will be placed in the beginning of the above rule. And if the subject is singular, helping verb does will be used, and if the subject is plural, helping verb do will be used. Examples are, does he work in a shop? Do they play hockey daily? What does his father write in the room? Why do you always reach late? Who teaches maths? Whom do you speak? Just as I told you, dear children, that in written English you can use whom, but in spoken English, who is preferred. In the simple present, question word who is used in two ways. If the subject is present, helping verb do does will be used, and if the subject is not present, who will not take helping verb after it. Now, children, we should always remember two things. In all interrogative sentences, helping verb of the tense is placed before the subject. Number two, at the same time, in WH type question, the question word precedes, that means comes before the first helping verb. Now we are moving on to present progressive or present continuous tense. Interrogative pattern is MR plus subject plus not plus verb 1 plus ing plus object plus question mark. Here we have got to remember that is used with the singular subject like he, she, it, or a proper noun. Am is used with only I as a subject. Are is used with the plural subjects like boys, we, they, and you. Examples are, is he driving a car? Am I swimming in the river? Are you switching off lights in your room? What is the farmer doing in the field? When are we drinking milk in the night, How am I helping the beggar? Where is your uncle residing nowadays? Who is calling you? Who or whom are you meeting this evening? Now we move to present perfect tense. Interrogative pattern is has oblique have plus subject plus not plus verb third plus object plus question mark. Examples are, has the boy finished his work? Have they plowed the field? What have we learned today? Why has he not dug the pit till now? Present perfect continuous tense. Interrogative pattern is has oblique have plus subject plus not plus been plus verb 1 plus ing plus since oblique for plus time plus question mark. Dear children, you have got to remember where you are going to make use of for and where you are going to make use of since, For is used for a period of time and since is used for a point of time, What is a period of time? It is the amount of time from the beginning of the period to the end of the period. Just as for 2 days, for months, for years, for centuries, that is an indefinite period, When you talk of since, you say that it is a point of time. This is a specific moment in the past till the present period. Since Monday, since morning, since July, since 1920, so on and so forth. Examples are, have I been washing the car for half an hour? Has mother been cooking food since morning? Where have they been living in the city for 3 months? Why has he not been buying vegetables from the market since November? Now we move on to simple past or past indefinite tense. Interrogative pattern is did plus subject plus not plus verb 1 plus object plus question mark. Examples are, did it rain on Sunday? Did you do the shopping yesterday? What did Mohan write at night? Where did you live in Delhi last year? Who rang the bell? Who did she speak in the morning today? Why didn't he come? That is spoken English, When you make use of contractor form or you use did plus not together. In a spoken English, you say didn't. Why didn't he come? Past progressive or past continuous tense. Interrogative pattern is was oblique were plus subject plus not plus verb 1 plus ing plus object plus question mark. We have got to remember, children, that helping verb was is used with I plus singular subjects, Here I becomes singular. This is the only tense, children, where I is regarded as singular. Otherwise, in most of the tenses, it is regarded as plural, And helping verb were is used with plural subject excluding I. Examples are, was the teacher delivering a lecture? Were you telling a lie last evening? When were the girls washing clothes? Whose book were they reading at night? Now, past perfect tense. Interrogative pattern is had plus subject plus not plus verb third plus object plus question mark. Examples are, had he watered the plants till evening? What had Sudha eaten before she left for school? Here you have got to remember one grammar point, dear children, that if two words took place in the past, then the work which takes place first is always in the past perfect, and the work which is done later is always in past indefinite tense, When had they played football before it started raining? Why did the PM not ring the bell after the students had come? Past perfect continuous tense. Interrogative pattern is had plus subject plus not plus been plus verb 1 plus ing plus object plus since oblique for plus time plus question mark. Examples are, have the volunteers been collecting money for 2 hours? How long had we been living in this village? In sentences like this one, when you make use of how long in a sentence, of course, because you are asking for time, then of course since and for are not used, So how long had we been living in this village, Why had someone been using my computer since Monday? Simple future or future indefinite tense. Interrogative pattern is shall oblique will plus subject plus not plus verb 1 plus object plus question mark. We should remember, children, that we make use of shall with subjects like I and we, and we make use of will with the remaining subjects. In future indefinite, we do not have singular or plural, but I and we versus others, So examples are, shall I pluck the flowers? What shall we sell in the market? What poem will they get by heart? Now, future progressive or future continuous tense. Interrogative pattern is shall oblique will plus subject plus not plus be plus verb 1 plus ing plus object plus question mark. Dear children, you have to remember one thing, that if a tense carries more than one helping verb, just as we have in this tense, here will be, shall be, these are the two helping verbs, then only the first helping verb, precedes subjects, Inversion takes place only in respect of the first helping verb. Examples are, shall we be helping him tomorrow? What will you be listening in the evening? When will she be playing tennis? Future perfect tense. Once again, you have got two helping verbs, will have, shall have. The interrogative pattern is will oblique shall plus subject plus not plus have plus verb third plus object plus question mark. Examples are, Shall we have written an essay? What will you have eaten by evening? Where will he have stayed tomorrow? Now, future perfect continuous tense interrogative pattern is will oblique shall plus subject plus not plus have been. This is the only tense, where we have got three helping verbs, will have been or shall have been. So only will or shall goes in the beginning. Plus verb 1 plus ing plus object plus for oblique since plus time plus question mark. Examples are, shall I have been looking for my book in the room for a day? What will the boy have been doing in the room for 10 minutes? How long shall we have been playing this game? Now we are moving on to the passive voice, dear children. There are 8 tenses in the passive voice. The 4 tenses do not have the passive voice. These are future continuous tense and all the 3 perfect continuous tenses. These are present perfect continuous tense, then past perfect continuous tense and future perfect continuous tense. The main verb in the passive voice is always in the third form. The helping verb keeps on changing and it is as follows. In present definite tense, it is am, are plus verb third. In past indefinite tense, it is was, were plus verb third. Future indefinite tense, shall be, will be plus verb third. Present continuous tense is am, are plus being plus verb third. Past continuous tense, was, were plus being plus verb third. Present perfect tense, has been, have been plus verb third. Past perfect tense, had been. Future perfect tense, will have been, shall have been. An interrogative structure is object. In a passive voice, children, object is placed before the verb. Because in passive voice, object is given more prominence. And prominence here means that it precedes the verb. Then object plus helping verb, as per the tenses, plus verb third, plus by, plus subject, plus question mark. Examples are, is the book read by Mohan? What was taught in the class yesterday? Here you don't have the subject. By whom will the bell be rung tomorrow? Where is cricket being played by the boys now? When was the bulb being switched on by him? How has the letter been written by Radha? Why had the lesson not been learned by the boys till now? Shall I have been held by you? Then, children, there are some moral auxiliaries like may, might, can, could, should, must, ought, would, so on and so forth. So, moral auxiliaries are may, might, can, could, should, must, ought, would. They express a mode of work. In active voice, they function like a helping verb and are followed by verb 1. But in passive voice, be is added after them plus verb third is used, Examples are, may I help you? What can I do for them? Where should good books be kept? Why must you not be punished for your misbehavior? Now, children, some interrogative verbs, they are used in a specific way. I will try to tell you as to how they are used. For instance, who always refers to a human. You cannot use this in case of a non-human. The example is, who is your tutor? But we cannot use who before a noun or of, Not who tutor, not who of the tutors, Which can refer to a human or something non-human. It is used in both the cases. Examples are, which tutor do you have? Which printer or which of these printers is the cheapest? Now, what refers to something non-human, but what plus noun can refer to a human? Examples are, what did you watch? What idiot broke this? What implies an indefinite number of possible answers, like what sport do you play? I play cricket, I play hockey, so on and so forth, But which implies a definite number of answers. Example, sir, which way is it, right or left? But in some contexts, either word is possible, like what size shoe do you take, or which size shoe do you take? The example is, what languages can you speak, or which languages can you speak? Then you have got negative questions, dear children. A negative yes or no question often expresses surprise. The example is, aren't you ready yet? I am surprised that you are not ready, because I expected you be too ready. A negative yes or no question, or a question with why, can be a complaint as well. Can't you turn the volume down? Why not use your credit card? Now, there are some echo questions, dear children. What are these echo questions? We can use an echo question when we do not understand something or we find it hard to believe. The voice rises on the question word, Suppose someone says, I often eat bits of wood, Then the other would say, what do you eat? You eat what? Did you see the aliens? Did I see the what? I'm expressing the surprise, I'm expressing something which is hard to believe, Now, dear children, in such a small video, I cannot give you all the usages of, question, sentences, interrogative sentences, So I'm coming on to the home assignment now, and I'm giving you just, sentences in affirmative and negative form, and you have got to change them into interrogative form with the help I've indicated within brackets whether you are going to change with the helping verb or the question word, Of course, you are going to get them checked by your school teacher. The first is, he wore his mask. Helping verb, my father does not smoke a cigarette. You have got to use why here. We shall never insult the poor. Helping verb, you are not attending the online classes regularly. How? With the help of how, you have got to change it into interrogative sentence, I shall never be telling a lie. Helping verb, they were following the traffic rules when your elder sister has recently stood first in the class, whose the boy had reached home before the train, who she will have finished her work by evening. What? Mohan had been living here for 12 years. Where? The girl has been playing cricket since morning. Helping verb. Hope, children, you have enjoyed the present video. Hope to see you soon. Until then, stay safe. Have a nice time. Thank you.